Valentine's Day, we think of hearts and flowers, Cupid aims his arrow. But the holiday has a much darker past. It can be traced back to ancient Rome and a festival called Lupercalia. Lupercalia was a fertility festival. It took place in February. Romans celebrated to ward off evil spirits. They also hoped to bring good fortune for the coming year, particularly when it came to crops and livestock. Lupercalia involved animal sacrifices. A goat was often chosen. Its blood was used in rituals. Another key part of Lupercalia was the whipping of women. Young men, called Luperci, would run through the streets. They carried strips of goat hide. These were used to strike women. The women welcomed the blows. They believed this would make them fertile. Lupercalia also involved a matchmaking lottery. Young men would draw the names of women from a jar. The pairings were supposed to last for a year. Sometimes they resulted in marriage. This element of chance and coupling further connects Lupercalia to modern-day Valentine's Day. The transition from the bloody spectacle of Lupercalia to the more romantic Valentine's Day is where things get murky. Enter Saint Valentine, or rather Saint Valentines. There were at least 2 Christian martyrs named Valentine who died on February 14th. One Valentine was a priest who defied the Roman emperor by performing secret marriages for soldiers. The emperor had forbidden soldiers to marry, believing it made them fight better. Valentine saw love as a higher power and paid the price with his life. Another Valentine was imprisoned for ministering to persecuted Christians. Legend says he healed his jailer's blind daughter and wrote her a letter signed, "Your Valentine," before his execution. This act of compassion and devotion cemented Valentine as a symbol of love. Whether one man or two, these stories of sacrifice for love and faith began to intertwine with the existing pagan celebrations of Lupercalia. In 496 AD, Pope Gelasius I officially combined the pagan Lupercalia with St. Valentine's Day. Some believe this was an attempt to Christianize the pagan holiday. Others argue it was merely a convenient way to schedule a feast day. Adding to the Valentine's Day confusion is Valentine's Day. Celebrated on February 13th, Valentine's Day honored Juno Februata, the Roman goddess of love, women, and marriage. Similar themes, different day. It's easy to see how these holidays could blur together over time. The romantic aspects of Valentine's Day really took hold in the Middle Ages, thanks in part to poets like Geoffrey Chaucer and William Shakespeare. They associated Valentine's Day with courtly love. Chaucer linked it to birds choosing their mates in his poem Parlement Fool. Shakespeare featured romantic exchanges on Valentine's Day in his play Hamlet. By the Victorian era, Valentine's Day had become a hugely popular holiday. The invention of the printing press made it easier and cheaper to produce Valentine's Day cards. These mass-produced cards, often decorated with lace, ribbons, and romantic imagery, became all the rage. Today, Valentine's Day is a billion-dollar industry. From chocolates and flowers to jewelry and romantic getaways, businesses capitalize on the holiday. While some bemoan the commercialization, others embrace the chance to express their love and appreciation. Whether you celebrate with a handwritten note or a lavish gift, Valentine's Day remains a time to acknowledge love in all its forms. And while the holiday has evolved from its violent origins, the spirit of Lupercalia, the desire for connection, fertility, and good fortune perhaps still lingers beneath the surface.